Let's listen to this. What do you think of that song?
Thank you, Lord, for loving me, and thank you, Lord, for
But
blessing me.
that's right.
Yeah,
But
but the syncopation is not there.
this is the hymn version, right? Thank
Yeah.
you, Lord, for loving me, and thank you, Lord, for blessing me, which is nice, right? But let's do our technique. We're going to take a look at one more thing you can do with rhythm, and especially for some of our folks that are a little more advanced, but anybody can use this little trick to get a rhythmic song, a lot of rhythm in it. Let me walk you through really quick through the melody as it is in this song that I'm working on. So. Spring up, oh, well, let the people talk about it. We'll just go that far, okay? And let's hear what it sounds like. All right. And for time, let's make this first one only one beat long. And then we won't wait for it every time. So once more. Okay, so you might have noticed that that's not exactly how I sang it. And I'm going to give you a few rhythm tricks. So we already talked about how to add an extra note, add extra notes, or take away notes, or add extra syllables, or take away syllables. So this is a way to add on a little bit of rhythm. And especially, Brother Hal, if you want to just want to make sure you catch this because I think this will be one of the decisions that you can do on your song. Okay? So this is spring up, oh well, let the people talk about it. And it's kind of a very straightforward song. Spring up, oh well, let the people talk about it. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to teach a rhythm trick which we didn't use in our hymn writing and is usually used quite often in choruses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this note right here, right? And I'm going to turn it into 2/8 notes. We already talked about how to do that before, right? So do you remember how to do that? We're going to turn it into 2. Did everybody see how I did that? Okay. So I turned it into 2. This is still not what I want, though. You know, I should have, let me go back and go ahead and put words in here so that we can see what's going on. Okay. And again, I like to talk about it because it sounds kind of colloquial would be a good way to say it. A lot of the things often that we get in choruses that we don't get in hymns is it's not necessarily as formal, right? So might the people wax long on it or something, you know. Instead, we might say it in a really normal way. And so another thing about this is the rhythms. So again, sometimes we get rhythms that are a little more normal to us today instead of hymn rhythm. So anyway, let me go back and turn this quarter note into 2/8 notes. Did everybody sing that? Everybody see that? Okay. And so now we have spring up, oh well. We really haven't changed anything, right? But here's where the big change comes in. I'm going to take this and pull it up here to the next note. And I'm actually going to take the word and push it back here just a little bit. So instead of well being here, I'm going to push it back here. And to do that, I'm going to have to go ahead and erase this. Totally erase it. And instead, I'm going to put it here. And, oh, it didn't work. Oh, well. I don't know why it's doing that. It should be lined up right there. So anyway, that's where it belongs, okay? Did we get that? So this is what's going to happen now. Spring up, oh well. You see how it pushes forward a little bit? So what we have before was all the way back there. Spring up, oh well. And in music, we would say it's what we call square, straight ahead, which is fine. Spring up, oh well. A lot of hymns have that in it, right? But if you do this, if you turn it into 2/8 notes, and then you take that one there and you make that the well, then what you do is you use something we call a tie, because I still have to hold on to that note here. So I'm going to put something we call a tie. And the reason we call it a tie, and doesn't make any difference whether it's up or down, but the reason we call it a tie is a slur means I'm singing different notes, but a tie means this is all one note. Okay? So spring up, oh well. You see what just happened to our rhythm? Instead of being just quarter notes, spring up, oh well, it's spring up, oh well. Everybody catch that? Okay. Now, I can do that as much as I want. So I could also go back and do it here on the up. So let me just take the up and turn it into 2. Drag it down to the next note. So if you notice, what I'm doing is basically I'm making it shorter. And then on this one, I'm going to put the and now this is the, and I'm just going to move this over for fun for now. This is the sound I'm going to get. Spring up, oh well, let the people. So does everybody see what happened there? The fancy word for this is called syncopation. It means that we are off the beat. We're singing, but we're not singing right on the beat. Spring up, oh well, let the people. Okay, and then finally, I'm going to do it all the way across. So it's your decision how far you do it. So I'm going to do it all the way across here. I'm going to do it on spring as well. And for this one, I don't have to drag it anywhere, because what's the next note anyway?
A.
It's all the same. Okay. And it's a so there. So I will go ahead and put this tie on it. And this is what it's going to sound like now. Spring up, oh well. And that was about the rhythm that I wanted. And I knew that. I knew that when I was singing it to myself. I knew I did not want it to be spring up, oh well. I knew I wanted it to be spring up, oh well. I knew I wanted, and then we could add some more in here, which we won't right now. But did everybody see how we did that?
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you one other. This one will be interesting. I'm just going to write this in really quick. Let's listen to this. What do you think of that song?
Thank you, Lord, for loving me, and thank you, Lord, for
But
blessing me.
that's right.
Yeah,
But
but the syncopation is not there.
this is the hymn version, right? Thank
Yeah.
you, Lord, for loving me, and thank you, Lord, for blessing me, which is nice, right? But let's do our technique. And actually see if you can tell me, where would I put in the technique? Where did the writer of the song put in the technique? On which note? Which note moves faster all of a sudden? I'll play it again. So if it's thank you, Lord, let's go ahead and write that in.
The one and the three.
All right, so let me write it in real quick. Right. So what note do we start on? And you can, if you don't know what the notes are, you can just tell me like first note, second note, third note.
The
When
first note.
it's actually not the first note. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah, the
you
first.
gotta actually you gotta start on the upbeat of the
So the first note, it
of the
does
note
get a
between
full
this
beat.
one too. You have to split that note and then you have to move the U over.
So, but then that would be thank you, Lord. And it's not the song is
Oh,
not,
it's like
does not go like that. It does not go thank you, Lord. But notice that's an option, right? We're learning all these different options. But it actually starts on U. So we'd go to the U. Let's do our thing. We split it into two. And then drag down to the next note. And it has to have a tie. And this is our song. Okay? But now we have to start doing it, and the way the writer did, it's pretty much on the second beat of every song that has this little movement to it. Okay, so let's listen to it, and it probably would usually sing it a little faster, right? So, but thank you, Lord, for blessing me. And sometimes we'll even add a little bit more in there when we're singing it. But thank you, Lord, for loving me, and thank you, Lord, for blessing me. So does everybody see how it works? We're
Yes,
moving
sir.
it. And just really quick, so you know, it actually in most books, it depends, but it might look something more like this, which is a little harder to see. Let me write it out like this really quick. So in a lot of books, it'll look more like this. And this is when it gets a little challenging to see how it works, because if I'm going to take this second note and cut it in half, here's my list of notes. I'm going to have to take the eighth note and cut it down to a 16th note. But it's the same idea. It's the same thing. I'm going to cut it in half, take the second one, drag it down, and give it a tie. Let's see if you can see how that works. See that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little harder to see because there's all these lines here. And if you find a song like this in the book, there's actually quite a few of them, then this is what it's doing. For example, I will call upon the Lord. Right? What actually happens in that song? I will call upon the Lord. You catch that? So there's a lot of songs that use this, and it's just very common these days. So Alex's song used it a lot. And Brother Hal, before we go to our break here, I wanted to let you know that You could push it a little further if you want to. This is a decision in a song like this. So this is something that you did automatically. So your song did not go, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord." That would be like hymn
Mm-hmm.
style, right? Give thanks unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But look, this is exactly what you do right here. You give it the little push right there and right there. Give thanks unto the Lord, right? Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. That's the way you sing it. And so I would just let you know that you could push it back even further. You could do it with this one. Give thanks unto the Lord. You could do that. Or you could go here. Give thanks unto the Lord, which I kind of like. It's a possibility. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. It would push all of it into this kind of rhythm. But it's not necessary. It's just your things that you could do to decide what you want it to sound like. So the way you sang it was, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for He alone is good," which I like too. It's really good. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And the interesting thing is, had you ever written this rhythm out before?
No.
So how did you know how to sing it?
In mind.
The
I don't
same
know. Just,
Yeah, the same way we sing all this stuff. We've heard it before. So we all
mhm.
have it up here, right? That's a beautiful thing about sitting down and starting to write some of this stuff. We all have it up here. It's just a matter of learning how to write it down. And then what writing helps with is you can play around with stuff, right? You can give some experiments and you'll hear how it sounds. That'll figure out, what you might do with it.